Hello, beautiful people of our beloved Mother Ghana from all around the world. Compliments of the season, and I'm very certain and sure that you have had a beautiful Christmas with your families and friends. And so today, just some counterpoints to the Christmas message from our president, President Nana Akufo-Addo, the President of the Republic of Ghana. He has giving us his Christmas message, and there are some few things I want to pick from there, and hopefully he will hear. Now, some of the agreements. He said, Jesus was born to reconcile man unto God. Mr. President, spot on. That is when he was justifying the reason for the season. Mr. President, I agree with you on that. Then he went on to say, we should love our neighbors as ourselves. Mr. President, you're right. We have to love our neighbors as ourselves. And then I want to use this one to remind you that we, the citizens, are your neighbors too. In that, whilst you enjoy the luxury of being a president, remember your neighbors. The citizens have needs. The country in itself has needs. And if loving our neighbors as ourselves is the way to go, then I expect of you as the leader, the chief executive, not a chief executive, the commanding officer of the nation, to remember that you have citizens who are your neighbors that needs caring for as we make expenses of the country. Then he said the cardinal principles of Christianity is love, hope, and faith. Spot on again, Mr. President, and I have no qualms with you at all. Now, this is where my disagreement begins. You talked about the road safety as we go into the Christmas and the New Year season, and you've advised that we should not drive under the influence of alcohol and to observe road safety, driving safely. That's correct. But I also want to remind you that driving under the influence of alcohol and safe driving, or the responsibility of drivers, are not the only cause of road traffic accidents in Ghana. Mass majority of the road traffic accidents in Ghana is the bad road networks. Lack of good roads. It's the reason. So in as much as I agree with you that we ought to, the citizens of Ghana, ought to observe and not to drive under the influence of alcohol, I'm also challenging you as the president to put principles. As you are very concerned of our safety, I'm challenging you on that. That another aspect, which is very vital in reducing road traffic accident, is to build good roads and to maintain the ones that we're currently having, Mr. President. Now, you went on to say 2021 was a tough year. Yes, you contributed to it and you made it tough. I will make 2020 and 2021, as you refer to as being tough, as your sole responsibility because you caused it. When you double up to sign the executive instrument to lock Ghana down and to stop businesses and to slow down the economy or to halt it, did you not know that that will result into a tough year for the citizens? If you ask me, at the time of your executive instrument to lock down Ghana and to bring the economy to a stop, there was no justifiable reasons in Ghana for that lockdown. Even now, There is none. There has never been a pandemic in Ghana, and there's still no pandemic in Ghana. Some may like to argue it, but the things that define the pandemic never took place in Ghana. And so if you're telling us that 2021 was a tough year, your sole responsibility and your sole action to take an executive decision to lock down the country, you are responsible. Mr. President, I'm sorry, but you are. Ghana is a sovereign nation, and if there is believed to be an international issue, and we are giving advice and guidelines, our sovereignty requires that we sit down as a nation to process it, assimilate it, and implement it in accordance with what it is that is beneficial or will not adversely affect Ghanaians. But from where I am, looking at what happened in Ghana, I don't think that we have taken a step back to reconsider our positions before going ahead with all the guidelines and directives that were given. So, if 2021 was a tough year, Mr. President, Nana Akufo-Addo of the Republic of Ghana, you made it so. You went on and you talked about how the economy was growing from 2017 all the way down to 2022 before a decline as a result of the pandemic. As I've said some few minutes ago, there was no pandemic in Ghana, and there's still no pandemic in Ghana. Yes, World Health Organization has disappointed us all by whatever reasons changing the definition of pandemic. If the definitions that be before 2012, no, there wouldn't have been any pandemic anywhere. A pandemic that is only driven by how much positives we are told. Anyway, I'll leave it there. So, even the 2027 to 2020 growth that you talked about, yeah, it's debatable, but to me, it's not appreciable because we could have done better. Yes. Let me carry on. You then went on to say, anyway, before I carry on, just to remind you that when you took the action to lock down the country based on forecast, based on projections that were purely and merely extrapolations of figures, you didn't do some of the things that the countries that we are following, possibly blindly, United Kingdom, America, Canada, Europe, we did not do some of the things they did. What am I trying to say? When they locked down, when they stopped their economy, they printed more money and gave money to the citizens to sit at home. They even create schemes for their businesses to access funds whilst they were locked down. Mr. President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo, my president, what did you do when you locked down Ghana? How much money did you make available to Ghanaians? How many businesses have the schemes to apply for cash whilst they were closed down or locked down? You're comfortable to lock down the country in implementing whatever it is that we have been told to do, but you didn't implement it in entirety. Because the businesses in the United Kingdom, America, Europe, they agreed to lock down because there was availability for them to access funding. Was Ghana businesses having same facilities? So, Mr. President, any hardship Ghana is experiencing, any slowdown or a halt to our economy, you caused it with your executive instrument that you signed. I believe, if I can remember rightly, March 2020, you did. But if you ask me, there was no justifiable figures or reasons for your decision to sign that executive instrument into some sort of mandate. You carried on and said, digital economy. So I asked, Mr. President, which economy are you digitizing? And that reminds me of your Vice President, Dr. Baumia, going around talking about digital this, digital education, digital economy, digital medical, digital this. My question is, you only digitize systems that are already in place. Are you convinced that we have a medical system that is worthy of digitizing? Are you convinced that we have an education system that is viable of digitization? Mr. President and Vice President of Ghana, are you convinced that we have an economy with structures, with processes, tax systems that are worthy of digitizing? All the countries that have digitized or digitizing their systems, they already have processes in place. Digitization is not to say something new is coming. It's only mechanizing the manual systems you already have for ease, for efficiency, for accuracy. But if you ask me, I don't think that we have an economy that is worthy of digitizing. Of course, some private sectors may have systems and processes already in place. That means that they can mechanize, they can digitize to enhance their processes, to drive efficiency, productivity. But if you talk about Ghana as a whole, I will assume that it's a delusions of I don't want to say it. Glory to, I don't want to say it. Now, let's carry on. So, Mr. President and Mr. Vice President, digitization. Again, I want to also ask, the security, the effectiveness, and the integrity of the digital systems that we have around the world is a reflection of the people. So as you're driving digitization in Ghana, are you renewing the mindset of the people who are going to implement it, people who are going to be behind the scene to do it? Because if the corruption, malfeasance, mismanagement that is currently going on in our country and has been going on for a while now is what we're going to digitize, then our digital system is going to be the most corrupt, the most misused ever. Because no digital system is of its own. It is what man put in it. It's what it produces. Anyway, you went on to talk about COVID-19 and you talked about active cases. Which active cases? By what means? By what test? By what processes? Which active cases? Mr. President, stop playing international politics with us. We are Ghanaians, we are human beings, we have immediate needs. This international COVID politics will not help Ghana. And it is evident it has not. You've already identified that 2021 was a hard year as a result of your decision to lock down the country, even though there was no reason for it. I'll try and make it quick. Now, you then said that we should follow the COVID protocols. Mr. President, COVID protocols are counterproductive for your desire. You said your desire for 2022 and 2023 is growth and revitalization. And you're telling us about COVID protocols? I have not seen any COVID protocol that is economy productive. They are destructive to economy. And so if you are really, really up and about this, your 2022-2023 growth and revitalization, then you might as well come off this international COVID protocol, whatever. Or else, it is possible by the time you leave office, there will not be any economy to hand over. To follow the COVID protocols mask wearing. Doctors, virologists, scientists, both Ghana and international knows that mask wearing does not stop virus from attacking. So leave Ghanaians to breathe freely in that heat. In our heat, leave us to breathe. We should thank God that we are in a place where the heat has contributed to what is or what is not. It is not the mask. And to avoid handshake. Handshake is part of our culture. It is our lifestyle in Ghana. Mr. President, stop the international politics by creating fear that Ghanaians should not shake hands. We will shake hands. We will love one another as it should be. Then this is why I really had a problem with you. You said, the science tells us. Which science? The science tells us getting vaccinated is the most effective way to defeat the virus. Which science are you talking about, Mr. President? Political science? Pseudoscience? Or the science that Faraday practiced? The science that Albert Einstein practiced? The science that we studied in school that allows argument? The science that we did in school that allows us to bring our data and then we analyze it against others. Is it the one you're talking about? Or the tyrannical science of the world that we are seeing now, that because a politician said it is, it is? Which one are you talking about? And if you're talking about this, then it is counterproductive to your desire for 2022 and 2023, Mr. President. Stop playing international COVID politics with Ghanaians. We are real human beings and we have needs, and Ghana has needs. Needs that needs attending to right now, and COVID is not one of them. And it is proven, and it is still being proven, and all over the place, that the COVID vaccination does not protect and does not prevent. So what do you mean that the science said getting vaccinated is the only way to defeating the virus, Mr. President? You are a very intelligent, smart man. You have proved, you have promised us. Please don't take us down this road. Or else you will leave office with too many Ghanaians destroyed as a virtue of this. Because of this desire, your Director General of the Ghana Health Service has proposed a mandate for the vaccination, which does not protect or does not prevent. Mr. President, I call on your office to speak to him to withdraw his directives, because that is unjust, is unlawful, and is prosecutable when the dust is settled. And then you went on to say, Ghana government has secured 23 million doses of the jabs. Mr. President, you and your cabinet, you and your government and ministers, the finance minister are saying that we don't have money. The very reason why you want to steal money from Ghanaians by introducing the e-levy. Why did Ghana get so much money from to buy 23 million doses of COVID vaccines that are so expensive to acquire? And that your statement is contradictory to what is in the news. The news said US has donated 1.7 million Pfizer jabs to Ghana. So which is what, Mr. President? The same conference you said there's no money to attend to the immediate needs of Ghana. The immediate need of Ghanaians. The infrastructure, the road safety that you talked about, when you know, you drive on those roads as well, Mr. President, you drive on them. You see how bad they are. And they are the contributing factor, the major contributing factor to the road accidents. Yet, you could not avail money for those roads to be built. Somehow, you've managed to find money to buy 23 million doses of a vaccine that is not needful in Ghana. Mr. President, we trusted you and we gave you a mandate. Do things in our interest. Thank you. Anyway, this is all the bone I want to pick with you, Mr. President. And I encourage us all to share the video. I hope he hears it, because some of the things he is saying do not reflect the immediate need and desire and where Ghana should be going. Till I come your way, God bless Mother Ghana. Long live the Fourth Republic. And we look forward to 2022 with hope, faith, and trust that things will be better. God bless you all.